Hello, today we're going to talk about parameter mismatches in web control. Now as you can see, I'm on the first floor and I'm going to navigate to the conference room. And right away I'm going to notice that web control is indicating that there's a parameter mismatch. And what that means is that for this particular piece of equipment, in this particular control program, that the parameters in the database differ from the parameters in the module. And this typically happens if someone is using this web control system offline and making changes to the database that they don't download, or sometimes a technician may be running around with a laptop, locally connecting to things, making changes, and those changes have not been uploaded to the database. So there's really the two use cases for it. Now what's nice is that web control tells me that this is the case, and it gives me the option. I can upload the parameters from the controller into the database. I can download the parameters from the database into the controller, and obviously both of those things will then reconcile the parameters. In other words, they'll be the same. Or if I'm not sure what I need to do, I can click the Details button. Okay? And what's nice about clicking the Details button is it will tell me exactly what the differences are. So, for instance, I can tell right away that I have some differences in the database and in the field or the controller, and it has to do with our cooling set points and our heating set points. That's no problem. I'm just going to go ahead and upload those particular parameters out of the controller into the database, and now the parameters have been reconciled. And that's as easy as parameter mismatch gets. Now there's a couple other things I'd like to show you though. If I choose to, I can make it so I never get that message. Notice I went to the configuration tree and I'm on system settings. If I go to communications, I can go ahead and click always upload properties from control modules to web control when there's a mismatch. And if I have checked this, I'll never see that message. And the reason for that is when I navigated to the conference room, it would have automatically uploaded the parameters. And sometimes users will have this set simply because it creates less confusion for the user. Now, let me show you one other thing. Notice that I was flagged with a parameter mismatch when I went to that particular zone. But what if I wanted to go ahead and take a look at all of the parameter mismatches in the building? Well, instead of going to every single piece of equipment, I could use Reports, Equipment, Parameter Mismatch. And when I run this report, web control will look through the entire system and go ahead and give me a list of all of the parameter mismatches. Now, obviously, in this case, there were none, and that's great. But if there were, I could then go address them.